the next studio that does a exclusive deal behind Xbox back, they need to go to Sony and let Sony figure out how they're going to pay their bills, because this is just getting way out of hand with all of the exclusive deals and the $70 price tag. Because you have to make an example out of some of these studios, because they really think it's a game, and I really feel like Xbox should just cut them off. Like, if you're going to do all of these pretty much exclusive deals behind our back, including some games that were actually supposed to come to Xbox platform and we know about it, we should just cut you off. Don't ever come to our doorstep again, knocking on the door, asking, can you make a game for Xbox ever again? Because Sony is going to snake you and backdoor and do a deal behind your back, and probably not even going to pay you top dollar for it. So the next time a studio wants to do an exclusive backdoor deal behind Xbox should just cut them off. Like, don't even work with them no more. Don't talk to them. Don't try to figure nothing out. Just let them go. Just let them go, bro. Like, for real. It's time to put their foot down and take this generation a little more serious, because in order to stop something, they have to make an example out of it. And Sony have been just digging their claws into these studios, scaring them up, and making them feel bad. Like, okay, we're the home of the AAA banger, so if you don't give us this opportunity to do this exclusive deal, we're never going to work with you again. And we know how powerful pretty much PlayStation platform is. So I'm pretty sure they're threatening these studios. And PS5 is not for everybody. That is a premium console. That is a 100% premium console, and you have to be ready to pay for everything. You're not getting over on PlayStation this generation. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people really want that console, but if you're not willing to pay top dollar, everything you want on there, do not get a PlayStation, because you're not going to get no deals. They're not cutting no slack. They're not cutting no deals. As a matter of fact, they're actually going up on everything. They're actually charging more. They're actually charging more for everything. They're charging more for the PlayStation, and they're charging more for the games. So if you don't want to pay that premium price, leave PS5 alone. Just get a PC or an Xbox or Nintendo. And Sony is pretty much overshadowing the fan base, messing up the whole entire gaming community with the console wars left and right due to business deals, bad business deals at that. This generation should not be all about money. Every time I look around, bro, it's about money. Money. Dollar signs after more dollar signs. Like, you cannot escape having to pay for something. Like for PS5, it's like every time you look around, yes, you have the home of the AAA bangers, but at this point, it's kind of getting a little out of control, to be honest. It's just crazy, man, because Sony is like crabs in a bucket. They are pulling PlayStation down and stopping them from growing and expanding. I mean, it's just like, how are you the market leaders, but yet and still you become more greedier every week, and you just have more studios and more gaming creators and companies are jumping on the $70 bandwagon. These price hikes and charging $70 have some way, somehow, mysteriously trickled down to other gaming companies, studios, and creators. Now, I was in these gaming streets, and in these blogs and vlogs, and now I'm hearing Assassin's Creed have finally jumped on a $70 bandwagon. Now, it's one person to blame for this, and we all know who this is. Good old Lion Jim Ryan and his pony Sony. So if they wouldn't have never started this, we wouldn't have to go through just unnecessary payments, like just unnecessary price tags that we don't even need to even be paying. First of all, no one even knows where the money even going. The developers, okay, if it was going to the developers, why aren't they bringing out the games that we're asking for? If it's going to the developers, why aren't they upgrading PlayStation Plus? See what I'm saying? It's crickets. Nobody can explain where the money is going. If they need it for such a good cause, where is the money going? You're making the PS5 cheaper. Okay, we already know that they're making it cheaper. So you're not selling the PS5 at a loss anymore. So where's all the extra money going? And why can't you put it back into PlayStation, Sony? Huh? Decepticons? See? Greed. They're pocketing all of your money. They don't care about you. They don't even care about their own fan base. And everybody that is backing up the whole $70 trend, come on, man. Like, really? You just being stupid now, man. Like, for real. You got some people thinking that the game should be $80 a pop. Come on. That's outrageous to even think like that. The console went up an extra $50 to $100. Oh, forbid if they do a bundle pack. How much then, huh, Jim Ryan? What you gonna go up $200 a PS5 now? Extra, what's gonna be like $700-800 now? If you put a bundle pack and an extra controller just to force more money out of you, double charging, upcharging fees, you're already taking an extra 30% away from the fan base. If they're on PlayStation Plus store and they're buying digital copies and microtransactions, you're already upcharging on everything. Everything you do on PlayStation is going to cost you extra. Now that this $70 trend is trickling down to other creators and gaming studios and other games that they feel like I guess Call of Duty now is on that $70 bandwagon. Then you got Assassin's Creed on the bandwagon. Every game that's on PS5 is on that $70 bandwagon. They're trying to force everyone's hand, and that's why I always say, guys, this is what I always say. You have to stand for something or you're not gonna stand for nothing. Those Decepticons at Sony does not care about you. Only thing they care about is money. They are extremely greedy, selfish, cocky, arrogant. They don't care. At this point, what can they do wrong? The PS5 is selling like hotcakes. I mean, you can't really tell someone something if something is working, that they're doing something wrong, because you have it's a really big $1 billion gaming community industry, and you have half of the gamers are standing up against it. Then you have the other half that don't care. They just want a game. They don't matter what they game on. They don't matter if it's whatever, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, mobile, cloud gaming. You can game X Cloud. You can get your Microsoft Xbox Game Pass now on your mobiles and TVs. So if PlayStation wants to really upcharge stuff a lot more, even if they do start doing day ones, they are definitely going to go up on the price on PlayStation Plus Premium, even higher. That's the only way that they are going to do day ones. That's what it's led me to believe that will be the only way we will get our wish. Because other than that, they're not going to do it. If they don't see profit, if they're not racking in millions and billions of dollars, they're not going to do it. If they don't see like, man, we got to milk all of our own fan base as much as we can, because they only see dollar signs. They don't see actual people out here struggling like they so-called claim Like, that was just crazy how Jim Ryan actually had a moment where it sounded like he actually cared about his fan base in his little article. Due to inflation, we have to go up on PS5. And we are so sorry. But he left out the part that they're going to make PlayStation 5s cheaper. They are making a profit off of PlayStation 5s now. Oh, lying Jim Ryan. That Decepticon never fails you. Every time you turn around, this guy is in the news headline doing something else extremely dumb and stupid. And Sony just, they're getting more and more greedier. Now they're bringing out controllers. You can imagine how much the controllers about to be. They're bringing out bundles to God of War, where you get like a hammer, you get like a digital copy of the game. You don't get the actual CD. You get like a digital copy, and I think you get like little characters or whatever in like a little case or a little chest or something like that. So they want to sell that. Now, the reason why they did not give you a disc in that bundle, in that pack, because they knew the scalpers was going to flip it on eBay and on all these other little markets, Facebook markets, and everywhere else, even probably Instagram market, wherever you can sell anything, they're going to double the price. So however much, I don't even know how much that little case costs, that little bundle pack for God of War costs, you know, but I know it probably was a lot. So if they had came out with a disc to that God of War, and they had you know, basically the whole pack, you know, they would have probably charged so much for that game. It would have been crazy, you know. And it's sad that this $70 trend is getting out of hand. Like Assassin's Creed don't even have to go this route, but it's like they're being influenced and bad influenced by Sony. That's what I'm saying, guys. Do whatever you do not follow behind Sony. They are the most greediest, grimy, scheming, low down, shady company I have ever seen in my life. I don't even know why they would even think Jim Ryan running PlayStation would even be close to being a good idea. Because when someone is that greedy, they can't see the fan base, what they want. They're not listening to you. They're only doing what they want to do. They want to charge us $70, but they don't want to give us what we want. That's what I'm saying. It has to be a gaming community, or some of the gaming community, some of the fans out here. It can't be fanboys and Sony ponies. You have to X them out, because they're not going to listen. They don't care about nothing but whatever Jim Ryan and Sony tells them to do. They're like little puppets. They're going to do it. So I don't even get into that. I don't even argue back with them. I don't have nothing to say to them, because they're just a toxic. They are just as toxic as Jim Ryan. Jim Lion Ryan. But that was just something that was bothering me. Like, why do you feel like it's okay to keep bringing out all these $70 games, but you're not giving your fan base what they want? What they asked for. They asked for a state of play. They wanted to see some gameplay of God of War. They won't do it. But they hyped us up with all the cutscenes. It's a beautiful game. A1 AAA banger. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there. We all know the home of the AAA bangers belongs to PlayStation. That is gamers' kryptonite. From head to toe to the tenor. We already know. Everybody loves PlayStation AAA bangers. There's no one on the market can compete with the quality that they bring when it comes to those story-driven, adventure, storytelling, role-playing type games that nobody else really can do. Now, Xbox is going to eventually catch up come 2023. And you guys better look out. So you need to jump into that Microsoft Xbox Game Pass ecosystem early, so that you already can get familiar with it. Because once they start dropping, it's about to be a dogfight. Like Xbox is not playing around this generation. They have so many games on the way, and they are coming to compete with PlayStation this generation. I'm only counting this one because you can't really count Xbox One. You had to skip like 360, and then you had to skip Xbox One. So pretty much I'm just starting over with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S and PC. So because you can't even count Xbox One. That was just a failure. That generation just fell off. So now we gotta reset the button, start over, and now we can start to compete because Xbox is now buying up studios and starting to compete now. So now that's going to automatically bring in more traffic. But that also made Sony want to compete in a different way. Sony wants to compete by hitting your pockets, you know. But it's crazy because, come to think of it, if they are charging $70 for all of their lawsuits that they're going through with stealing from the fan base, doing blocking rights, stealing exclusives from other game companies, stealing IPs, you know, telling on Xbox, snitching, little rats. Jim Ryan is a little rat. You can't tell, but that's Master Splinter. He even looks like a rat. So you know he's a diehard rat. We believe in generations. They're sending all the PlayStation games to PC. All about money, greed. They are making all of the PlayStation fan base so mad with that because a lot of people feel like that's just the value have went down for one to, I would say, the console war people. Because the rest of the gamers, because you have a lot of gamers out here that's not really into it. And I was listening to one of the creators, and they was kind of explaining, like, you got to understand, everybody don't know what we know, you know. So they're not really into the whole console war and Jim Ryan being greedy and trying to take advantage of the fan base. A lot of people, millions, and it's sad because millions and millions and millions of gamers don't even know, bro. They're just blind to the truth. They're blind to the truth, and they covered up with the AAA bangers that they're charging $70 for. And now they have Assassin's Creed on the bandwagon, and I think Call of Duty is on the bandwagon as well. So it's just like, who's next? You know, what other if the new GTA 6 come out, we can pretty much be sure that's going to be $70. Or the new let's say if they do a remake to Red Dead or bring a new Red Dead Redemption 3 out, that's going to be $70, $70 to $100 probably, because I'm pretty sure they're going to make a special edition to Red Dead. You know, I have to name the top AAA bangers because they're being targeted. So they're looking at Sony like, okay, if they can get away with it, what can we get away with? I'm just saying, bro, really think about it though. This is not really good for long-term people if they have a PS5. You're already spending top dollar for the system, bro. Why can't they just give us something back? Like PlayStation Plus Premium, like Game Pass. That was the whole point of them making it. If you're gonna do $70 games, you could have just put in your subscription service and made all of that money back at one time that they're trying to sell them for. Because you got to think about it, that game is going to eventually flatline. It's not going to be bringing in much as money. They're not going to be recycling to the studios that they're trying to cater to, that they so-called claim that they care about over there at Sony. Like I said again, I don't understand how they can say they believe in generations and give away all of the AAA bangers to PC. I don't get it. Another thing, I don't get how they can say that they're for the players, but they're leaving PS4 behind either. Because they want to stick to this $70 price tag. Like, they are so hell bent on this $70 price tag. It is ridiculous. Like, Jim Ryan is obsessed with $70 price tag and raising the price on PS5. To me, that has been a plan since day one. I really felt like they always wanted to do that, but they were being held back because they didn't really have a good excuse to raise the price. Mostly every content creator I came across, all of the media, all of the blogs and vlogs and news reports, all of the news reports, everybody said the same exact thing. They don't see why they would need to do it, because most consoles 2 years in, they're looking to actually give a discount and go down in price. Sony's going up in price. Not only the console is up, the games are up too. So every time you got to think about it. If you are going to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem, if you want to play, like they say, play a place to play for the players, play for the players. If you want to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem and PlayStation Plus Premium, I will leave a link down in the description for people that's less fortunate and they can't get their hands on one. So you can, if you have a PC, you can at least jump into the ecosystem and play Spider-Man, Miles Morales, you know, God of War 2018, Horizon, you know, Uncharted, Ghost of Tsushima. All those AAA bangers are on PC, you know. Now, for the people that want to jump into the Xbox ecosystem, I will drop a link down in the description for Microsoft Xbox as well. And you can play that so many different. It's a lot easier to get into the Xbox ecosystem than PlayStation. I don't know why, you know, they just don't really push it. They don't promote it. So I felt like it was my duty to be for the gamers, to be for the gaming community and stand up for what's right, because somebody has to do it. It's not enough of us, you know, content creators, not enough of us standing up for what's right, you know, and the word haven't been getting spread enough so everybody can feel comfortable with gaming again and get back to actually having fun instead of so much stressing about how much something costs. You know, after a while it gets kind of old. Like every time you turn around, it's some more bad news about Sony, and it's like it's not really benefiting the actual gamers anymore. It's like we're not getting back to gaming, like actually having fun, talking about the graphics and, you know, when this game gonna drop, playing with your friends, having fun. We spend so much time arguing, bickering, fighting, you know, talking about bad news, how inflation is going with PlayStation, how they're raising the price on everything, but we're not really talking about the actual games like that, you know. It was, I'm not gonna say it was exciting to see the state of play on God of War, but I still wasn't happy because I didn't get what we've been asking them for, like actual gameplay for like 10-20 minutes flat out. That's what we've been wanting. The fans have been asking for. Bring us that value, and that Sony's not giving us the value that we're paying for out here. That's all I'm saying. They're not giving us the value. $70, I'm sorry, you're taking from your own fan base and you're not doing nothing with it. Like all you're doing is being greedy and you're putting that in your pockets. Like I don't see where that money is going. Because if you needed that extra $70 so bad, why wasn't PlayStation 4 games $70? You get what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, it's just an emergency for a game to be $70. Well, I don't know, guys. I mean, we have to figure something out to bring more value to the PS5. And if I can help people jump into the PlayStation ecosystem, that's what I'm going to do, because I know PlayStation have so many fans, but I'm not a fan of Sony, but I am a fan of PlayStation because that's what I grew up on. That's what I know. That was the days, that was the golden age back in the 90s and the early 2000s. That was the golden age, bro. Like it was just an incredible game. It was all about gaming. And then console war came out when Xbox came along. So once Xbox came along and they had somebody else that can kind of go toe to toe for a little while, you know, and now it's getting back to those 360 days, that competing, you know, blow for blow. Those Decepticons over there at Sony don't like it. And I think it's going to be a rough ride until this whole Call of Duty Activision deal goes through. That's what I'm really thinking, bro. We're not going to hear the end of this whole console war until the Call of Duty. I'm talking about the two juggernauts, like Jim Ryan and Phil Spencer. Those two going at it. I don't think we're gonna hear the end of it until the contract of Call of Duty is actually over. And then Jim Ryan can go actually focus on making a first-person shooter. That he's going to probably push up to $70 as well. I don't think he's going to make it a live service game. Like, I don't think he will even get Bungie to even work on it. You know, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know how are they mismanaging PlayStation so bad this generation, but this is the worst generation in management I have ever seen. Hands down. They ain't never been managed this is the worst, bro. Like, it's just sickening to watch sometimes, like all the bickering and fighting, and you have a CEO president at Sony crying to the board, stop this whole accusation. We don't even want you to even get Call of Duty in the presence of Xbox Game Pass. Like, when have you ever seen Sony crying like a little baby like that? I never seen it, bro, to this generation right here. And that's what I say, guys. If y'all want something done, you have to stand up for what you believe in as a gaming community. If you are a PlayStation fan, the fanboys are not going to do it. Sony opponents and fanboys, they're not going to do it because clearly they're brainwashed over there. They're just a bird brain as Jim Ryan. They don't know nothing from nothing. All they're going to do is play follow the leader. That's it. So you need educated people that have sense to actually, have an argument of saying, okay, if you're going to be charging top dollar for everything, we need to see some value on the platform. We need to see them giving away games instead of taking stuff away from us. We need to see them giving us stuff instead of taking away movies. If you have movies on your PlayStation store, PlayStation is coming to steal those movies back. It's about 150 probably by now that even if you paid your hard-earned money, they're going to come back and just one day you're going to go looking for your movie. Like, let's say if you bought a Spider-Man movie. Yes, if that contract is up somewhere on Sony or Avengers movie or something on Disney, that movie is going to disappear. So, I mean, it's some things you have to really pay attention to that Sony don't really alert a lot of people. So it's a lot of things I come across, and like I said before, I'm the messenger and I have to deliver to the people so you guys won't be caught off guard because Sony don't care about you. So you have to have somebody to be the messenger, the man in the middle. So I don't know, man. But I think I'm gonna leave it right there till later, man. And we're gonna touch on some more topics. That's just that whole $70 thing. It just really bugged me to see some of my favorite titles are pretty much following behind Sony. They're being misguided as well. And Assassin's Creed, you're getting on that greed train and you're making me feel some type of way. Kind of like Square Enix with the whole exclusive deals, doing backdoor deals behind Xbox back, and some people thinking that's cool. I don't think that's right, and I have to be for the gamers. I have to be for the people, so I just have to stand for, I'm going to stand by them, and I don't like the whole, raising the price on things that really have been bugging me for a long time, and I just felt like I need to say something on that. But we're gonna touch on some more topics later on, though. So make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell, guys, so you can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news off in these gaming streets. Thank you and peace.